It's in there. It's pretty much just a dock. There's no facilities, no nothing. It's just a point of entry essentially. But we're leaving this morning. Ben has just gone in to get some water, which even in itself is proving to be extremely difficult, believe it or not. So to call it a marina, it's very generous indeed. Lucretia is going to stay on land. She has pretty much decided, or Ben and Lucretia have pretty much decided that's it for sailing for Lucretia for this trip. So we'll meet her in Havana whenever we get there. We hope it'll only take us maybe about 4 days, but as always it's very much weather dependent. It's been an extremely hectic few days and busy time in Havana and Yales and all the other places that I've seen, things that I've done. So I'm looking forward to getting back to some sailing. Again, it's going to be pretty hectic with the way the weather, winds and currents and stuff like that are looking. Yeah, it's exciting too, so it should be a good time myself and Ben sailing. All going well, he gets the water now and pack up the boat then, have some bees and pretty much be ready to go then. So hopefully we'll be going like mid-morning. Yeah, just keep you updated throughout the day and throughout the rest of the sailing and whatnot. Just give you a quick look around. That boat there in front of us is our Ben and Lucretia's friends that I was with yesterday, Marcelo and Elise or Anna something. Okay, that's it. We're saying goodbye to Lucretia. Lucretia heads for Havana, maybe tomorrow, hopefully, all going well. And myself and Ben, we're going to sail up around. We're sailing west and then back up a little bit north. Going to meet up in Havana with Lucretia there, hopefully in maybe 4 days or so, all going well. Any last words, Lucretia?
Take care.
We wish you well, have a good time.
Every time hold on. Every time you turn the camera, we have a problem with some transportation.
Usually it goes smoothly. I don't want to get found angry on camera.
We don't have a rope.
It's not pretty.
So long.
Hold on, I might have to help here. Okay, hold on. No, it just touched the bottom. It's okay. There we have her. Now she's all ready to go. Cressy is all set. Ben is just about all set. Empty her bag. And then we'll say goodbye. Everything good? Yeah. Okay. A bit of air in the dinghy.
That's right.
Bag.
Yep.
Okay. See you later. See you, Lucretia. See you in a little bit, man. Bye. See you in a while. There you have it. Lucretia leaves for Havana. Ben will be back in a few minutes when we'll get sail then. Weather conditions are quite good. A little inconsistent. The wind is changing a little bit, but as long as we have some sort of easterly wind, we'll be okay. Or that's what we're expecting. But yeah, cool. Almost ready to go. We just need to raise the main sail and then we're going to raise the anchor too. The main sail up will help us maneuvering out. Once we get those things done, pretty much going to be on our way. Yeah, I'm going to say goodbye to Lucretia's friends. Quickly say goodbye. But other than that, say goodbye to Isla de Juventud. Okay, just got to lift the main. I'm going to have to lift the anchor, close up the hatch straight away after I've lifted the anchor because we'll start to get waves. We'll close up the hatch, and lift the staysail, and then we'll be all set to go. Don't think I'm going to be able to record this, unfortunately. It will be a nice little piece of action, but hey, that's how it goes. Mainsail is up, staysail is up. Ben is just fixing the wind pilot, getting things organised.
Ready to go.
We're pretty much setting sail. Any comments, Ben, before we depart proper? No?
So happy to live, and I hope we're going to have an amazing sailing and quick.
I second those words. That's it though, yeah. Leaving now, leaving Isla de Juventud. Next time we make landfall will hopefully be in Havana, because if it's not Havana it means something has gone wrong. But there you go. Absolutely fantastic going. We're now at begun, we're just going about 5 or 6 knots with the mainsail on its second reef and the staysail on too. We won't be unfurling the jib, the foresail. We've enough sail out, no need to put unnecessary pressure on any of the rigging, anything like that. But the weather forecast for the next couple of days is lots of wind, so hopefully it stays in the right direction for us, and we should make some good progress. It's just a touch after sunset now. It's travelling for, I guess, about 3 hours or so. We left at about 3 o'clock. Quite difficult going. The wind really picked up. We were getting winds in excess of 25 knots. Also quite wavy. See? Wavy, so it made things really challenging. On the plus side, we've been making great progress, averaging about 7 knots, so really travelling very well. We're out of the bay that we're in, which is great. We're making really good progress from that point of view. This day, I went and I cooked dinner for us. Big challenge. Really struggled down when I was down below cooking, particularly in these conditions. Very difficult, but I've eaten now, feel a lot better now, thankfully. I'm actually going to go try and get some sleep, if at all possible. A couple hours sleep. Ben will continue to navigate and to keep the boat on track, and then we'll change obviously when he gets tired. But yeah, what started out as being fantastic quickly got extremely difficult. We don't even have the mainsail up now. Only going ahead now using the staysail, so we had it on third reef, it was still too much on the boat because of the winds. And yeah, just the staysail, making great progress, but tough enough going. Catch you later. Ready for bed.
The morning of the 30th of November, the morning after an incredibly difficult night. Conditions last night were very difficult, really challenging. Winds in excess of 25-30 knots, persistent rolling waves hitting us in the stern, very choppy conditions, just made it for very uncomfortable sailing. We're making great ground. Average, we were going very fast, which was obviously very good, but made it for very uncomfortable sailing. I actually got sick 3 times. First time I've ever gotten sick, I imagine. I'm not sure. Was it something I ate or just seasickness? Because I didn't actually feel too bad. Just got sick, which is strange. There's been many times I've felt atrocious, not got sick. great ground. We've come around past the very western tip of Cuba, Maria de Gorda. As I say, it's the morning time now and I'm just getting up, so I'm going to get up now. Get up there and see what happens. Still choppy enough conditions. Nowhere near like what it was like last night though. Even had the old good old pep talk from Ben yesterday about what to do with the man overboard, things like that. So I think I knew it was pretty serious. Conditions were pretty rough when I was getting that sort of a talk. We had to be harnessed in when we were on our own, obviously, all that type of thing. But that's how it is. Morning, Ben.
Morning, Stevie. Hello, dolphins here.
Not a dolphin.
They all left.
They all left. That's a shame. Must have known I was getting up. Yeah. Okay. Catch us all later. Mid-afternoon on the 30th of November. Time for a quick update. We are pretty much approaching the very westerly point of Cuba, San Antonio. Just up ahead in the distance, you probably can't see it. We've just passed Maria de Gorda and approaching San Antonio. From that point we're hoping to turn around and head back up towards Havana. It'd be far easier for us to actually continue on the same direction. We'd make Mexico quicker than we would Havana, but pretty tough going, I must admit. I'm struggling now in the last day or so. I don't know, is it a residue from all the travelling on land, the flights, buses, taxis, back asleep. But yeah, I've been quite tired, physically quite tired. I'm not sleeping well, can't really eat very much, not even drinking well. All very bad signs and not good. But what can you do? I don't know what it is. Could be the tiredness, as I say, from land. Perhaps it's because we're getting all the waves from behind us. We've also been sailing quite a bit without the mainsail, so you're that bit more unsteady. But yeah, difficult going. Ben too is quite tired. He's in better shape than I am, but yeah, the highs and the lows of sailing. What can you do? Hopefully now we oh, to make matters worse, the wind has completely died down. How could I forget? Yeah. So the last hour or so we've been fiddling with the sails and trying different combinations, and doing whatever we can to get the extra couple of knots. But I think it's a little bit it's ambitious trying to get more and more when the wind is gone. But anyway, once we turn around the corner we'll be a little bit more against the wind then, so it's going to be a bit more difficult. But what can you do? Yeah, the highs and the lows of sailing. Fingers crossed we can get to Havana relatively quickly anyway. As long as we're safe, we'll be okay. I'll check in again maybe a little bit later this evening if anything else happens. See you later. Very, very long, slow moving day today. What did we cover today, Van? About how many miles?
They're like maybe 30, 40 miles.
40 miles. There were times we were travelling at as little as 1 knot, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Yeah, let's hope we can cover a little bit more ground tonight. It's the morning of December 1st, just after sunrise. I'm coming off the back of night shift, making great progress, feeling much better. Amazing what a difference a bit of a rest and some decent food can have. Yeah, much better, a lot better than what I was. Making good progress. Even now we're averaging about 5 knots. Difficult conditions in terms of waves, but as I say, we're making progress, which is good, and gradually making our way back towards Havana, Maria Hemingway, Maria Havana. So just turning in now for a few hours keep. Get back to the way. Mid-morning on the 1st of December. Good progress last night.
and this morning we've got some good winds, some very good weather, but unfortunately a very bad forecast. As the crow flies, we have about 180 miles to go to reach Havana. However, it'll be substantially more than that given the forecast that we've had. There'll be a lot of tacking and zigzagging essentially to make a straight line, but fingers crossed it's not as bad as what it seems. We're hopeful anyway. Just thought I'd give a quick hello, Ben. Anything to say? No?
No.
Wise words indeed. Thought I'd give you a quick look around. Cargo ship in the background. Other than that, I don't think we have too much to report. Yeah, if I think of anything, I'll be back in touch. Almost sundown on the 1st of December. Progress today has been much better than expected. Given that we're going against the wind and against the waves, we've actually managed to cover about 90 miles, which is really good. Hopefully this progress continues. We really want to get to Havana before Thursday when the weather really dies down and we'll have pretty much no wind. Not so much else to really talk about, it's just been a day sailing. Nothing too extravagant took place, nothing major happened, nothing to report, so I guess there's no point in forcing things. It's just a little update. I haven't really been writing so much, so it's just a little update, the video a little bit easier. But yeah, nice sunset to round off the day. Fingers crossed we can continue now with our progress tonight. Cuba in the background. That's it. Sunrise on the morning of Wednesday the 2nd of December. We're steadily making our way up along the northwestern coast of Cuba. Progress has been pretty decent, I must admit. The wind isn't doing us many favours, but the Gulf Stream current is certainly doing us a lot of favours. So, as I say, the progress has been quite steady. Hopefully we'll be arriving in Hemingway Marina in Havana Thursday, tomorrow. Fingers crossed, all going well. A little bit of luck, it could be a bit before, so obviously that's what we're hoping for. Sunrise. Just waiting now for Ben to get up, hopefully pretty soon, to allow me to go and get some rest, but with this sunrise, not too soon. Mid to late afternoon on the 2nd of December. The wind has totally abandoned us. The last maybe 4 or 5 hours we've had pretty much next to no wind whatsoever. Waves are just kind of flapping around a little bit. Cargo ship in the background, plenty of cargo ships, plenty of ship activity because we're close to Havana and quite close to Florida too, obviously. Luckily enough, we're still moving at a rate of about 3 knots thanks to the Gulf Stream, so it's all isn't lost, so to speak. But yeah, we only have about 50 miles to Havana, which is the most frustrating. Very little to go really, but we just can't make any progress. We have a slight leak in the engine, a slight oil leak in one of the pipes in the engine, so we have refrained from using the engine up to this point. We will have to use it when we're entering the marina, of course, so yeah, we're just trying to avoid using it if at all possible. If the wind was to pick up by maybe 1 or 2 knots, 3 or 4 knots, we'd be there in no length at all, with the current as well obviously, but as things stand we're just coming along in the current. Feels like we're not moving at all. We've done about, I'd say we've done the last 6 hours maybe 18 miles, something like that, but yeah, it's not so bad. Look, we're not exactly on too much of a time frame. It is what it is. All you can do is be patient. Anyway, cargo ship flying along. How jealous we are of him. distance. One over there, another one in front of us. They move so effortlessly. They're so big. Poor little us here, stuck. Come over for a quick spot of lunch. Swim over and back there in the morning. Another tough day at the office, huh? Sitting down for some dinner. Oh, we don't fall. Still no wind, unfortunately. But we're making very, very small progress with it. Anyway. Cargo ships all around, as has been the case all day. We sit here again, waiting for some wind, but we're both in good spirits. Just had a nice dinner. Nothing we can do really. Just wait for the wind, and once the wind comes, we'll start making some progress again. Not so much to report. Yeah, nothing to report. So I'll leave it at that. Guess I'll get back to you when there is something to report. Good night. Sunrise on the morning of the 3rd of December, Thursday the 3rd. Beautiful sunrise on that side. Uh-oh. So beautiful over here. So yesterday, yeah, we had a lot of difficulty basically with no wind, next to no movement the whole time. Little bit of progress with the current only, but that soon dried up too because it started to take us in the direction we didn't want to go. So yeah, we were left basically in limbo, waiting. And when the weather came, boy did it come. Huge storm essentially. Lots of wind, lots of rain. We got some south winds, which was very, very surprising and not forecast whatsoever. But yeah, we had a rough enough night then with a lot of wind and a lot of battling, trying to make the direction that we wanted to go. But we did make some progress. We have about 24 miles to go to reach Havana, but we still have to tack. We can't go in a straight line. So it's a little bit frustrating given that we're so close, but yet it's going to take so long. But hey, that's sailing. What can you do? Enjoy when you can. And just get through the rest. Spirit's still very high though. Certainly for me anyway. And it's quite keen to reach Havana. Let's hope that storm doesn't hit too hard. Here into Marina Hemingway sure hasn't been easy. Probably about 10 miles to go, something like that. Yeah, we've just been hit with some very, very harsh weather. Heavy rain, big winds. Luckily we were able to utilise the winds a little bit once we eventually got the sails organised, so we have been making a bit of progress. But the last 24 hours has been difficult between no winds and then massive winds and everything in between. It's been challenging, but as I say, we're about an hour and a half away from Marina Hemingway. Hopefully things go pretty smoothly once we get there. We can get settled in, have a bit of rest, spend a few more days in Havana, and then after that it'll be sailing up north to Florida. But yeah, I'll be in touch again very, very shortly, probably when we get to the marina. We're just entering the marina here in Havana, Marina Hemingway, at long last. Havana in the background, you probably can't make it out, but the tall buildings in the background is Havana, city centre. We're about 20 kilometres outside of the city centre here. If everything goes well and we're tied up in no length, then it's paperwork time. Again, hopefully that doesn't take so long. That's a pretty cool little area by the looks of things, in fairness. The area and the village just beside us is Santa Fe. Yeah, looks like a nice little sheltered area. I think we have to pull in here on the left hand side and dock along the left. That's where the customs and all that sort of thing takes place. And then we find a spot in the marine a little bit after that. That's what I'm led to believe is the plan anyway. Let's find out. Yeah. Okay. Now. Right. Checking the boat. Just right here in Havana. Going through the procedures. Ben is going inside into the office to do the paperwork. We're going to check the boat. Well, that seems like that's that. Very quick. In and out. 2 men came to search the boat. Only one come on. Had a quick little look around. Looked at very few of the prices. Basically asked me if I had a spare gun. But he actually made a gun. We do have a spare gun, we don't have a gun. Yeah, he didn't seem too interested at all, didn't seem too bothered. Say he spent no more than 2 minutes on the boat and said, yeah, fine. Ben still hasn't arrived back yet, but hopefully he'll be back in a few minutes. The rest is straight forward. Let's see what happens. Certainly from our point of view, the much talked about and overhyped immigration, customs, border control procedures, etc., etc. We certainly haven't encountered any of the problems that we've been told about. Or yeah, we've had some searches, things like that, but nothing out of the ordinary, nothing major by any means. Some of the reports we were getting were like literally that everything gets turned inside out, upside down. Your boat is completely ransacked. Far from it. We've had nothing but good experiences, I suppose. Everyone's certainly been very pleasant, very helpful, just going about their business, doing what they have to do, and that's about it. It's been much quicker than anything that we had reported to us, and yeah, it's been pretty straightforward. Hopefully I'm not a little bit too soon to speak, because I can see Ben is just on the shore, looks to be talking a bit of shite to some sort of officer. But yeah, up to this point for us, certainly things have been pretty straightforward. Long may it continue. We're just looking for a place to actually dock. We've been on the radio there to the dockmaster, but he hasn't responded. We're a little unsure where to go, what to do. Nice place though. Reunited once again. Big audience. We just found our spot here. Found our spot. Just tied up. That's the dockmaster there on the walkie-talkie. A few bits and pieces to do still. Looks like it. Just a little bit more paperwork that needs to be done by Ben, but the boat is all tied up, locked up, all the rest of it. We're about to go for a bit of a walk. Strange having the old land legs. Strange sensation, but seems like a pretty cool place that we are. So although exhausted, looking forward to exploring it a little bit and finding my feet, checking out what's going on around and getting my bearings, so to speak. So yeah, I'll be in touch again.